Strange things are afoot at the Circle K.
Hello and welcome to Stack Strange Things Afoot at the Circle K. We're your hosts. I'm Jim Bennett.
I'm John Hughes.
And welcome to this week's episode. I'm going to sneeze.
You said that already.
I know. I'm sorry, everybody. I've got a little bit of a weird summer cold going on, and I keep... Oh, my days I want to sneeze. It's just making my eyes water now. Rubbish. But you've not tuned in for that. You've tuned in to find out what the thing was, haven't they, John?
Oh, I forget what the thing was.
I mean, people have waited 2 weeks. You've got nothing, have you?
No, I've got nothing.
Basically, here's what happened with the last episode. I had my laptop, and I didn't have my charger with me. So we were running on like reserve power, and it told me I had 20 minutes left. So I figured we'll wrap up in about 10 minutes. Everything's cool, and then it just stopped. So we were lucky that it actually saved what it did.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that entire episode would have been gone. But it did finish in the best possible way, with you just saying, the thing is...
And then it just cut.
And I called that episode Cliffhanger, and we legitimately had people thinking it was an episode dedicated to the film Cliffhanger.
Oh, that's a shame. We should do that.
We should so do that. Just one random episode. Don't announce it, and then just do an episode all on Cliffhanger.
I watched Cliffhanger for years.
I know, right? It's got
John Lithgow in it.
And what's his face? He's really big at the moment.
Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, that's him. No, the other one. It's in The Walking Dead. He plays Merle, and he's in fucking...
Michael Rooker. I just said that.
Did you? I missed it. Sorry, I was too busy listening to my own voice.
Yeah. Oh, there's a surprise.
No.
We should also do an episode where it's that for an hour.
Which is just us on a Friday night when we're playing computer games. Just making stupid noises at each other, but finding it hilarious.
Yeah.
So the thing was nothing.
I honestly can't remember what.
It was something about your guy at work.
Oh, I can't remember what
The moment's passed. Fill in the blanks for yourself.
Oh, I think it was something about nobody else at work actually knows what I'm referencing, so I'm only doing it for my amusement.
I mean, that's always the best, right? You and I, when we worked together, we would only ever do things for each other's amusement, and it wouldn't matter if anybody else got it at all.
We had that recently at the Heroes Villains Con.
We did. Should we talk? Oh, we could talk about that, couldn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, we could. Yeah. No, we could.
The thing we did at the Heroes Villains Con.
It was fucking genius.
Oh, it's going to take so much explaining of the backstory. So we're stood in the queue. Jim's getting a autograph from some nobody that's been in TV shows.
It's Josh Zagara who played Prometheus, the main villain of this season of Arrow.
No, before that. This is the setup to that.
Oh, well, then
it was the first. Oh no, it was the first. It was the guy that plays Tommy Merlin, wasn't it?
Yeah, in the first season of Arrow. Fair enough,
Still
he has not been around for the last 4 years.
Still a nobody actor. But whatever.
He had very sweaty boobs. If you look at my picture, he's just right under his tits. All a bit of sweat.
So anyway, we're queuing up, and a little bit further along is Matt Ryan of Constantine fame.
Legend.
And he's wearing a hat. Which is fair enough. He can wear a hat if he wants.
He can.
But somehow we latched onto that. Matt in a hat.
Matt in a hat.
And then, I don't know why, but it became a thing that we started miming, because I left the queue when you got close to this guy to get his autograph. So I left the queue. And then we were just like miming and mouthing things to each other.
Basically,
and one of them was miming that the guy had a hat on.
Yeah.
And this continues for the entire day. Well, whenever Jim's around, because he then joins the queue for Josh Segarra or whatever his name is. And I don't really see it for the rest of the day, and I get really bored. and annoyed.
And went home.
Yeah, I went home. But before I went home, I was talking to Jim in the queue, and just as I'm walking away, I turn around and catch his eye, and I mime that Matt Ryan is wearing a hat. But I also do a thing from space to where Daisy is describing her dog Colin, and she mimes ears and a little button nose. And the thing is, I see some woman clock me doing it at the same time, and she's with us. She's with us. She understands the hat motion, but as soon as I do the ears and nose, she just falls to space of, what the fuck is he miming? What's going on?
But I totally understood everything you were doing.
Yeah.
Ears and his little nose.
Oh, it just made me laugh.
That's my favourite thing about going to cons with you. Is it's not always so much what else is going on at the con, it's what little stupid things we come up with. Like 3 years ago when Gary Frank was there. And from then, forever,
we will have Can I be
Frank Gary? Doesn't mean anything.
It was also... Was that the same one where we latched onto... For some reason, I just suddenly came out with the thing from Scrooged of Niagara Falls. And then we were just doing that for the rest of the day. And
Falls.
forever.
Yeah, and that then led into us doing the pod play of Scrooged and making a T-shirt. That spawned. We need a T-shirt that just says, "Can I be Frank, Gary?" That's our next T-shirt, and
Okay.
I'm gonna buy it for you for your birthday, which has gone, but still, I'm gonna buy it for your wedding.
I'll wear it with pride.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But those are always my funnest moments. Is meeting people is always good, and I quite enjoyed Heroes and Villains. But it's
Heroes and Villains was all right till I had to essentially spend time just wandering around because I didn't have tickets for anything else.
The problem was
it was in a big hall, but it wasn't filling the hall. And there wasn't a lot there, really.
It's an interesting one because it's like the hall was massive, which meant that it didn't feel crammed and it actually felt kind of chilled. But also, there wasn't loads and loads of merch there.
Yeah.
So you couldn't...
And there wasn't, there were cosplayers and stuff, but, it was all, because it was all DC, it was all on a theme, essentially. And it was like... Yeah. I've seen about 5 million people dressed as Arrow now, and I don't really...
The talks were
good.
Not
there was 5 million people there, but
no. The talks were really good, but they were quite separated. They were quite far apart. Because we sat and we watched the Constantine talk, and I really enjoyed that. I thought that was great. But Matt Ryan's awesome anyway.
I was a bit annoyed that I couldn't get into the Gotham one. It looked like it was probably quite good, but if you were outside of the area, the sound was really shit, and you couldn't really make out what they were saying, and I was like... I'm not reading subtitles for people that speak English on their big screen.
The problem was I was in a queue and the queue was quite long, and then he went.
Well, the queue was. This is the thing. The queue wasn't long. It was the fact that, fair play to him, he was taking his time with every single person. He was also get the fuck on with it, mate.
Yeah, there is that balance. Like when we met Stan Lee, it was all right because other people were getting Wolverine stuff signed.
Yeah,
but he barely looked up.
Production line.
It was just like, here's the thing. He signed it, moved on, signed it, moved on, signed it, moved on. Whereas this was the complete opposite to that, where he was having a proper full-on 5-minute chat with absolutely everybody that was there, which was great because when it was my turn, I got to have a lovely chat with him. And even though he's a total arsehole in the show, he's a really lovely bloke.
Funnily enough.
Yeah. But because of that, the queue took a long time, and then I was like second to next, and he had to go off and do a photo shoot. And I was like, I've been in this queue like 2 hours now. I'm not.
And now he's disappeared for
an hour. So I ended up being in that queue for 3 hours, but it was kind of worth it because I got what I wanted, and he was really nice, and he was really chatty, and he kind of because I was second to the person, he realised how long I'd been there, so he made an effort, and then I was able to go and grab my couple of other bits and pieces. The only thing with you going home is you missed the photo that you were supposed to get with me.
Yeah, but by that time I was like,
Thing is, like, after you'd left, and my nephew had left, and my other friend had left, and I was on my own. Thanks for that, by the way. All of yous. I then, when I finished with him, I popped round and I got the Gold Blazer Patty's autograph on my flash poster, and then I kind of had a wander around.
yeah,
And within about 20 minutes, I was kind of done.
yeah.
And I still had another hour and change until my photo op.
And we'd been there, like, the thing is, we'd been there since what?
Since pretty much it opened at 10.
11, I think?
Yeah, it was 11. By the time you
I
got there,
there,
it was 11, and my photo op was at 6:40. It was a long fucking day. And then I was just like, right, well, I'm done. I'm not coming back the next day. But I actually went back on the Sunday.
Yeah.
And I rocked up at about 11, and I think I ended up with some other of my friends in the queue for Sean Pertwee.
Right.
And as I was there, I was like, I'm just going to get a selfie with him. So I got a selfie with Sean Pertwee, and it actually turned out to be a really cool picture. So I was quite happy with that. But then, like, I didn't really do anything else. I was just kind of mooching around with my friends and looking at stuff. And
Yeah.
like, a few of my other friends were there, so I was able to kind of nip in the talks because they had media passes. So I was able to
Yeah.
look around.
See, that's the thing is, as much as I like your nephew and your other mate was all right, she was okay.
It's alright, she doesn't listen. It's fine.
I was just like,
She was alright.
yeah, it was all right just wandering around with them, but it wasn't the same as wandering around with you.
Yeah,
and then if
exactly.
I had to have the thing is, I didn't know how long this guy was really going to be, like, for your sign-in. So I'm like, I'm not going to wait around for potentially another 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
By myself when I've already been around and looked at all the stands and I've already decided there's nothing here that interests me now.
Yeah. That's fair enough. Rob was there. I met up with Rob.
How's he?
He's
Is he all right?
Yeah, good. He was getting all a bit stressed about getting all his photos done, but he got them all done.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Glad.
Yeah, you see, the thing is, it's like I was stood in that queue and I didn't want people to hang around with me because I didn't think it was fair. It's just like, you guys don't give a toss about what I'm doing.
No.
You don't want this. So I didn't want to say, hey, John, unlike the first queue we were in where I was like, hey, John, you come here and stay with me.
You must hold my hand.
But then maybe, I don't know. Doesn't really matter now, does it?
Because, like, when we've done it at LFCC, we had it where you went off and got your photo with Michael J. Fox.
I did.
And the DeLorean.
Yes.
And I was, in the meantime, I was queuing for Bill Paxton.
Yes.
And they coincided. Like, afterwards, we met almost straight back
Pretty much
up, and that was
straight
it. And that was great. And, like, even if we hadn't, there's more than
there.
enough for, like, to...
The thing is, Heroes and Villains, it was their first year there.
Yeah.
And it coincided with the same weekend as MCM,
yeah.
which is trying to be the biggest Comic-Con in the UK, and it's shit. I fucking hate it with every fibre of my being. All it is it's a lot of companies promoting their shit. It's not really Comic-Con.
Right.
Like, if you look at the guests, like, some of their main top guests are YouTubers, and you're like...
So then surely, like, LFCC is the biggest one, then.
For me, I think so. I would say so.
They get good guests.
The best year was the year they had Michael J. Fox, Christopher Lloyd, Bill Paxton, and Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah.
You can't get better than that.
No.
You definitely can't now, because Bill Paxton's dead.
Yeah. No, wait, that's not a thing to be happy about.
This year's looking good, though.
It is looking good.
For me, it's looking amazing. I just found another person that's going to be there that I'm really, really excited about. But mainly the 3 villains from Superman.
And I think the fact that I looked at the guest list after you said about it, and even I was like, actually, that's looking pretty good. And I just don't, like, at this point, I'm not really that fussed about a lot of stuff.
But I think that if you came down for one day,
yeah,
I think it would be fun like it always has been, because it would be you and me dicking about.
Yeah.
Because the best times we've ever had are at those cons, dicking about.
I don't know about that. I mean,
Well, I
I'd
do.
say we've had good times. I don't know about some of the best
Some of
times.
the best times you and I have ever had, like ever in our entire lives.
Okay, if it's just you and me, then yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I don't mean like because I've had children. Do you know what I mean? Apparently, that's the best day of my life. Mm, sometimes, but sometimes they can be dicks. Um, but yeah, I mean, some of our funnest moments have been at cons
Yeah,
with us, you and me,
yeah, yeah.
you, me.
And we get to the nose. So people can't see you
No,
miming it.
I
We
know.
have to
It
say
doesn't
it. It
matter.
doesn't work.
It does work because it's you and
Because
me.
we are going to be at the BiMonSciFiCon, or whatever it's actually called.
I think they should rename it that. Yes, let's talk about this because this is quite big news.
Yeah,
Well done for bringing it up. Um, Sci-Fi Con MK is back again this year. We were involved a little bit last year, but we're full on involved with it this year. Not just that we're going, we're actually going to be there,
yeah.
which is
Wait,
kind of the
what?
same thing
That's
that
the
I
same
just
thing.
said.
But no, we're going because if we've been asked to go,
We
not
have.
because not because we want to go.
I'm not sure that's the way to do it
I
either.
don't. There must be a better way to word that.
We have been invited to be guests at the con.
I saw. I did see the message that we got from the organisers on Twitter. It was one of the ones that I happened to catch it when it pinged up on the phone, and I was like, "Hello, what's this?"
Hello.
Like, because a lot of times I get them on there, and I'm like, "Rob's tweeting. I can
Yeah.
ignore this."
Yeah.
But this one, it was a message that came through, and I recognised the thing from last year, and like the way it read, and I was like, are they really talking about us? Like, what?
Yeah.
It it did take me by surprise, like that they were like, oh, it'd be awesome for you to join us and blah blah blah. I was like, do you know who we are?
Apparently they're fans of the show, so thanks for listening, guys.
Yeah,
And we're there, so we're gonna have. The idea is that we're gonna have an actual booth there.
please.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to attempt to try and get some merchandise together, even if it's just like a bunch of stickers, so that
Okay.
if people come up, we'll be like, "Yeah, sticker." Um, and flyers. We can do flyers.
Yeah,
But maybe
I
even a
think we
couple
still
of.
got flyers from about 4 years ago.
I can probably do better than that.
Yeah.
And maybe some t-shirts
Hmm.
and ears, little nose.
Hat.
And I'm thinking about getting a banner as well, so we can put it up behind us,
That's
so
cool.
that people can actually see us. But the idea is that we're going to be there. We're going to do a bit of a podcast about the place.
That's awesome.
We're going to go and talk to. Well, we'll talk to the organisers about the show and how it works, how it's getting on, because this is their second year.
Yep.
How we're going to go and talk to the other people that are going to be there, the other guests that are there, including our good friends from cleaning up the town.
I know them.
Yeah, we know them. I messaged them the other day. They're going to be at the con as well. So I messaged them the other day, and they were like, "Oh, it'd be great to meet up in person. We'll have a nice like roundup on like from last time, and just like where they are at with it now, and
Yep.
what's next and stuff, which is quite cool. I thought that would be quite good. And they've also asked us if we'd moderate some of the Q and
I was
A's.
going to say, was there a thing about us moderating?
Yeah,
I reckon. I mean, based on what I saw at Heroes and
it's
Villains,
not hard.
no, I could come up with a million better questions than some
That
of the
guy
questions
was
they come up
awful, wasn't he? Just awful. Yeah, I think we could. Yeah, they've asked us to moderate, so we'll be up there on stage, moderating some of the Q and
Moderating.
A's and stuff. So that'll be quite good fun.
I mean,
Um,
presumably we're going to have to watch our language. I'll have to work on that.
I know. I know. I dropped the F bomb like just
Yeah.
not the fucking F bomb.
So, it's been said that you're a total cut. This panel is over.
Someone's cut my mic. What's? We will watch our language.
You don't know what I was going to say. I was going to say cunt.
So that's the Sci-Fi Con MK. Does sound like the vibe on Sci-Fi Con. It's Saturday, 2nd of September, in Strudwick Drive, Oldbrook, MK. That's Milton Keynes for those people that don't know what MK is, which is really nice and easy for John because he lives there.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, not right there. I live close to it.
yeah, I'll be. Yeah, you don't live at the con.
No,
I might have to stay at your house.
that's fine.
Groovy. Yeah. So we're going to be there, and we'll podcast during the day.
Yeah.
So if any of our listeners
Party
are gonna...
all of the night, to quote the Kiss song.
Yeah. Probably won't. Might go home early.
Want to podcast all the day, party all of the night,
and have a nice little sleep. So if any of you are going to come, and I suggest all of our listeners come.
Yep.
Because it's, apart from like it being a convention and they're always great fun, it's cheap as chips. I don't.
You
like
can
that
see
term.
me and Jim miming to each other about stuff.
Yeah,
Be
you
like,
can see us being total dicks. utter
take photos
twats.
and post them online. Here's Jim and John being tits.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be good. But it's proper. It's. Oh, I know them. Oh, you and I are gonna. Right. Okay. I've got it. I've just figured something out. So. It's cheap to get in. I think it's like £3 to get in.
That's probably the cheapest con going.
Yeah, right. So it's just like, just come up. There's special guests. There's tournament gaming, retro gaming, cosplayer competition, Q&A panels. There's speakers, board games and stuff. As I said, there's going to be cleaning up the town, the Ghostbusters documentary, and I think they're close to finishing. I mean, they said that when we spoke to them 2 years ago, but they had so much more stuff come in that they've broken the film into 2 parts.
Right. Do you think they'll do it on a cliffhanger?
They'll be like, the thing
is,
drop
and
the
then
mic.
they just.
But also, I told you about a book that I got sent by ERF called Retaliation. That they sent me a copy to read so that I would review it.
Not knowing who you were.
Not knowing that I'm the worst person in general. I've read the first chapter about a month ago.
Right.
I actually really like it. I'm rubbish at reading books unless it's got pictures. I'm not going to lie, okay? But it's a really... The whole premise of the book is really, really good. I told you about it, and you were like, why didn't you send it to me, you fucking asshole? I would have read it by now.
Yeah, I actually would have read it, yeah.
Maybe what we should do is we should reach out to them and see if they can send you a copy.
Yeah.
And then I'll attempt to try and read it, and we'll both read it before the con. And then we can interview these guys, because they're going to be at the con too. We can interview them about the book and like what's going on next. What do you reckon?
I mean, it sounds like you just had a good idea.
I did. I'm as shocked as you are.
It sounds like you had a good idea on the fly that did not need any sort of refining.
I know. Okay, well, we'll do that. I'll reach out to them. I'll get you a copy. We'll read it. We'll talk about it on the podcast. We'll interview them while we're there, and we'll talk about the book, and we'll get everybody involved.
I thought we were about to have a cliffhanger at the moment. I just noticed that my PC said that it had no battery power.
Shit. The thing is, so that's good. I think we've got a good few plans there, and I think, you know, and then we will be at the booth, and we will be podcasting, so any of our listeners come along and we'll chat to you, we'll interview you, ask you how your day's going.
Yeah.
We'll try and sell you some stuff because, you know, that's what I do.
Yeah.
But if I get a ton of stickers printed up, you won't have to buy the stickers, we'll just give them away.
Yeah,
I think that's fair.
Like you've been to the dentist or something.
Yeah. Like you've been a really good boy or girl. Yeah. Or whatever.
Dog. A dog. A dog.
Yes, it is. Little nose.
No.
So that's all very exciting. There's a lot of exciting stuff coming up.
Yeah.
If you guys want to follow Sci-Fi Con MK, it's literally that on Twitter. At Sci-Fi Con MK. Give them a follow. All of our followers, follow them and keep an eye out for like the announcements that are going to be coming up about who's going to be there. But yeah, so far ERF books are going to be there. Here, there's a link here. I'm just going to read you out what it says. Oh, piss off.
That's what it says.
No. You know pop-ups. I fucking hate pop-ups. Retaliation, Earth Reclaim Force Book 1. Okay, so obviously there's more volumes coming. When Earth is invaded by creatures from another world, the fallout leaves a world dead from nuclear fallout. A lot of words fallout there. Human survivors flee to space for survival, looking for haven to regroup, rearm, and retaliate against their aggressors. These surviving humans call themselves the Earth Reclamation Force, ERF. A militarized space, this is so up our street, force working hard to survive and gain any advantage over their enemy. The story predominantly follows SC, a lieutenant commander in the ERF and the head of the most notable fighter detachment. SC fights for his cause and is resourceful in his pursuits, but can sometimes be a little free and easy with the rules.
Sounds like you.
I know, right?
Only
Better.
heroic.
Only, yeah, willing to do stuff for other people.
Only he's left the house.
Shut up, man. I leave the house sometimes. I'm going to Sci-Fi Con MK. So yeah, you can follow them at ERF_books on Twitter as well. But yeah, and you can follow. Oh fuck it, we'll do everybody while we're here. What was it? I think it's at Ghostbusters Doc on Twitter is cleaning up the town, which is looking really good. So yeah, that's quite fun.
Yeah,
That was like a really long advert.
it was. Yeah,
But a good advert because we're involved.
Yeah.
So if you want to come along and see us watch complete tits of ourselves, then do it. Probably me more than John.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Either way, it's going to be all good. So it's only on one day, so that's September the 2nd. Yes?
Yeah.
Good. What else, John? What else is going on?
I saw Wonder Woman.
I saw
film.
Wonder Woman as well. The film. As opposed to
The actual Wonder
just
Woman.
down the road. isn't she?
Yeah. Well, you don't know. I could have been out and about and just saw Linda Carter running around.
What, in Stantonbury, yeah?
Why not? You don't know. She could have a reason to be there.
No one's got a reason to be in Stantonbury. I used to live there, I know.
Yeah, but she doesn't.
That's true. That's
So
true.
she goes
She
there.
will.
Yeah. Yeah. It was
So-
alright. It was good.
It was alright. Okay. Now, are we going to spoil the film or are we going to try and keep it spoiler free?
Let's not spoil it. Let's just talk about it in a roundabout sort of way.
Okay, I appreciate that. We normally spoil the shit out of everything.
Yeah. So anyway, when the big bad guy turns up,
You saw that coming.
yeah,
I
I actually didn't see it coming.
do you know what? I did, but I only did because of
I
Lego.
did sort of, but
Lego.
I didn't quite guess
Yes.
the twisty bit.
Yes.
But
do you know,
I saw the
weirdly-
twisty bit coming, but I didn't quite get how they were doing it.
Yeah,
Or-
no. Overall, I would say this is going to shock you rigid, what I'm about to say.
Nothing shocks me anymore.
For me, it's the best DC film so far.
Yeah, probably.
But don't you
I
find
think
that
I'd have to agree with that.
don't you find that shocking? Considering the last two had Superman in them. No, well, the last, yeah.
I
Batman-
guess.
Yeah.
The fact that I didn't feel the need to watch it again in an extended version to get what the hell was going on and make sense of it, I feel was a bonus.
Yes. Yeah, they did drop the ball on that. Had they released the extended version of Batman v Superman, I think things could have been different.
Or released a more coherent cut that wasn't the extended cut.
Suicide Squad was a mess.
Yeah.
Man of Steel was great. I
Yeah,
still
Man of
really,
Steel was
really
good.
love Man of Steel, but I do think that this was better.
I think it was. I don't know how much you'll agree or want or like this, but I feel that possibly because of it was closer to the Marvel films in terms of there was more jokes to it,
It had a
more
lighter
lighthearted
feel. Yeah.
it had a more. It wasn't light-hearted, but it had more light-hearted elements to it,
Yes.
and I think that made it a more accessible film.
Yes. I think it made more accessible to all,
Yeah.
and it it didn't feel because the problem is like Batman v Superman at points, especially in the extended cut, feels like a slog.
Yeah.
Feels quite heavy, and you're
Yeah.
just like, fuck me, this is bleak. Whereas Wonder Woman felt quite fun and
Yeah.
exciting, and there wasn't any part of that. There wasn't any part of that film story wise that I had a problem with, and
Yeah.
I can be quite brutal especially when it comes to comic book movies, especially when it
Yeah.
comes
Yeah.
to DC comic book movies. I can be quite like, no. But for me, from start to finish, that felt like Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't any points where I was just like, that's a bit out of character.
Yeah.
Themyscira, the whole bit in Themyscira was fucking outstanding. That
Yeah.
was ripped straight from a comic book. Then you had the whole World War part, with the bit when she in the field and the
When she goes out the trench.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
that
everyone's
was
like,
great. I like
"You're
that
mad,"
bit.
and she's just being a total badass in the middle of no man's land, and you're
Yeah.
just like, "Fuck yeah, get them
And
Nazis!"
then like taking. Oh, I love the bit taking out the sniper in the tower.
That was amazing.
I mean, sorry for the spoiler.
Yeah. It was amazing though. Fun as all hell.
Yeah.
Um,
I actually didn't
Captain
recognise
Kirk was
Lucy
great.
Davis in it
oh, did
as. No, I didn't reckon. Like the credits came up at the end. It's like, what? Because she was like so heavily not looking like Lucy Davis
Yeah.
normally looks.
She didn't look like Dawn from The Office.
Yeah.
She was great.
Yeah.
Captain Kirk was great.
Yeah.
All of the supporting actors were fucking amazing, and Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman was just fucking Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
There were 2 points, the only 2 points that I'm not going to say I had issue with. There were 2 moments of CGI that just made me go, ooh. There was one bit where she's kicking ass with her lasso.
I didn't really have an issue with.
No.
NCT
Yeah, there was a bit where I was just like, that's a bit too CGI. And there's a bit, I'm not going to talk about it because it's a spoiler, but there's a bit at the end where I was just like, But that was it. And I'm talking moments. I'm talking just like,
fleeting moment.
yeah, and then I was back into it. I
Yeah.
I honestly couldn't find fault with that film.
Apart from the CGI that you just.
Two tiny moments.
Yeah. It was a good film.
It was a good film. It was a fantastic film. And I think if they use that to move on to the Justice League, I think that can only be if they're using a sim. It's tough because obviously you've got 2 different directors. You've got Patty Jenkins, who clearly knows Wonder Woman and clearly knows exactly what she was doing. It's like the highest rated film ever directed by a woman.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic. It's like #1 in the world, which is great. I mean, just fantastic. But then you've got Zack Snyder doing Justice League. You hope that there's going to be elements of that in it.
Yeah.
And I think there is from what we've seen in the trailer, like the bit where fucking Aquaman's riding the Batmobile.
Yeah.
And he's like, and then the bit where Aquaman's like, yeah, he's dressed as a bat. I dig it. You kind of get that little bit of feeling that.
Yeah. And the thing of, I see you're playing well with others again.
Yeah.
Not going to last.
It's not going to last. It feels like that they're trying to lighten it up, but I honestly feel like they might have done it on purpose.
I don't want it too light though.
No, you still want it.
But I want it
like
yeah,
because there's still elements in this that are kind of hardcore. I mean, we were dealing with the entire World War, and it was the World War.
Yeah.
You know. But I don't know. I kind of feel like, especially for the character of Superman, like in the first one, he didn't know who he was. Well, you know what I mean. He was just
amnesia.
like, "Am I? Hey, wait, are you?"
I got hit on the head and I don't know what's going on. Oh right, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Not how amnesia works, asshole.
But in the first one, he didn't quite know who he was. In
Yeah.
Batman v Superman, he was kind of pissed because he was just getting a blame for everything.
Yeah.
And then I think now that he's coming back from the dead, I think it looks like the
Be a
idea
bit
that
more relaxed.
yeah, he's going to be that beacon of hope that he's always meant to be. And
Yeah.
I think that's the character progression they were going for him.
Yeah.
And likewise for Batman, he's really, really jaded, but by the time we get to Justice League, he is playing with others. He is kind of lightening up a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's fucking dangerous. That's a dangerous way to go through it when your first few films, you're like, here you go, these are bleak as fuck.
Yeah.
All right, no fun in them. No, none at all.
Oh.
Not one joke.
There's nothing
We'll
fun
give you
about
one
this.
joke, all right? And then, but I liked it. I really enjoyed them. I really, really did. Not Suicide
Yeah.
Squad, but I enjoyed them for what they were, and they felt like comic books to me. And because I wasn't being introduced to it to the first time,
Yeah.
it made sense to me.
Mhm.
But Wonder Woman makes total sense to me as well, in a completely different way. And I think
Yeah.
if you just by going with that, I think this has been a great step up, and I think people will look at other DC films in a better light for it. Because yeah, I mean, it's not long until Justice League. I mean,
No.
we're in June now, 5 months, and then we've got Justice League. So it'll be interesting. I'm intrigued to see what's going to happen with that. Whether or not it's going to be as big as Wonder Woman,
Yeah.
or whether it's going to take a step downwards.
Yeah.
Because there's a possibility it could.
Mhm.
People would be like, "Well, I'm jaded from Batman v Superman. I don't know."
Yeah. It might. Yeah.
That's a tough one, and I think it's been an interesting ride, but it's not going to stop.
No.
And I like that. I like that.
Good.
Yeah. So overall, Wonder Woman gets 5 lassos out of 5 for me.
I was just gonna go with 2 thumbs up, but all right.
But 2 is not enough, though, is it? Where are your other thumbs?
What do you mean by my other thumbs? I've
Well,
only got 2 thumbs.
oh, I should probably go to the doctors.
Yeah.
No, I loved it, and I would say to everybody, go and see it in the cinema.
Mhm.
It's definitely going to be a film that I buy, and I'm going to watch again and again. I took my 2 boys to see it, and they absolutely loved it as well. A nice touch. I don't. No, I'm not going to say things like that because that's spoilers, and we're going to try and keep this spoiler free.
Yeah.
Anybody that hasn't seen it, go and see it.
Yeah.
You won't be disappointed.
No, you'll enjoy it.
There was no moments in that film where I was just like, right, come on then, let's get
Yeah.
going.
Get on with
It
it.
just kept going. It kept going. And all the supporting actors were great, and their story arcs were great.
I'd say the only character that I was a little bit annoyed with was the Doctor Poisonous woman.
Yeah.
I don't think that there was as much development of that character as there could have been. There wasn't really much about like her backstory as to why she was a mentalist about poison.
It's a tough one though, that, isn't it? Because
But
it's just like
at
how
no
much.
point, like, at no point did I feel it detracted. I just felt that maybe more could have been done.
Yeah, I guess. It's tough though, isn't it? Because it's just like you can only do so many backstories.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want a huge backstory, but like, just fill it out a little bit. Like, what? Like, they're going on about, oh, she's like, they call her Dr. Poison, and she comes up with all these, the worst possible poisons and whatnot, like, worse than mustard gas and all this stuff. And it's like, yeah, but why? Why is she doing that? She's clearly not doing it, like, because she's been asked to do it. She's doing it because she wants to, but why does she want to? I don't understand. That's
mental.
like that, huh?
She's a crazy person.
Yeah, but even that wasn't really said. They didn't say that.
I just said it then.
Oh, right, okay.
So anybody that's going into it from now, she's a crazy person.
She's a crazy person.
Okay. Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Good. What else? What else got going on? Anything?
No, I don't think so. I still haven't watched the season finales for Flash or Arrow, and I've got Gotham now to watch as well. I really should.
I've got
I just
Gotham
have
to
not had
watch.
time to sit down and watch these things recently.
Wow, why?
I don't know. People keep getting in the way.
Okay. And we're going away soon as well.
We are, yeah.
That snuck up quick, didn't it?
It did, yeah. Sorry, I don't mean to yawn.
Well, you did.
I couldn't help it.
I thought the season finales of Flash and Arrow were awesome. Arrow,
Oh,
I think was better than Flash.
yeah.
The season finale of Arrow was better than Flash.
All right.
There was an element of Flash where I was just like, what? Wait, what? Okay. Oh, no, I can't really say that. I was going to say Flash feels... No, I can say that. Arrow felt like a season finale cliffhanger.
Right.
Flash felt like a season finale setting up for the next season.
Right.
Yeah? Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
So that's kind of... There were some really fucking nice bits in the Flash finale, though. Like, awesome bits. But just the very, very end, it just feels like, oh, you're just trying to set up the next season as opposed to trying to wrap up this season.
Yeah.
But Arrow was outstanding.
Fair enough.
I'm looking forward to season 6 of Arrow, and I didn't think I'd say that at the end of season 4.
Yeah.
But season 5 has been great.
Yeah.
I've really, really enjoyed it. I think all the new additions to the team have been fantastic. I think the baddie was outstanding. Does help that he was a really nice bloke. But I feel like it kind of got its stride. I have my concerns with some things that happened in the last episode that they might carry over to the new season that are going to make me very, very angry, but we'll wait and see.
Okay.
Flash has been a good season. The
Yep.
rumour is that season 4, his main villain isn't a speedster.
Ooh.
So that could be something new. Because
Yeah.
we've had Reverse Flash, Zoom, and Savitar.
All very fast runners.
Very, very fast. All faster than Barry. Yeah, at the beginning
Yeah.
of every show, I'm Barry Allen. I'm the fastest man alive. No, you're not. Time is told. Proof is in the pudding. Pudding. But the rumour is... I had it here somewhere. When I say I had it here somewhere, I'm looking on the internet. Alright. The Thinker? Is it the Thinker? Yes, the Thinker. Clifford DeVoe. The
Cliff
Thinker.
Thinker.
Which they kind of... They mentioned... at some point. I can't really say much more than that, as you haven't seen the finale. But they do mention him, and he's basically a bad Professor Xavier.
Right. Okay.
So that could be interesting. I mean, we did have Grodd, and he was kind of a hairier Professor Xavier,
Yeah.
wasn't he? But
yeah, I suppose he was. Yeah.
but that'd be quite good. Looking forward to seeing what other things they're going to add from the universe. We've also got Black Lightning coming up next season. Did you see the trailer for Black Lightning?
No, I've not really paid attention to it.
It's not connected. It's not in the Arrowverse. And it was okay. That's the best I can say. It wasn't amazing. His suit didn't look great. It's going to be interesting. It's one of those that's going to be like, I do want to see it. I really want to watch it because it's Black Lightning, and Black Lightning as a character is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But the trailer, there were bits of it that were interesting, but there were bits of it that made me go, no.
Right.
But we'll see. Legends of Tomorrow adding some new cast members, some new heroes, so that'll be good. I think season 2 of Legends of Tomorrow was 10 times better than season 1. You wouldn't know, you didn't watch it. Season 2 of Supergirl was also very, very good, much better than the first, but you didn't watch that either.
No.
Season 3 potentially could be really, really good. The main new villain, Rain, she's a good villain, so that could be good. But we have to wait. We have to wait till October. Summer's shit for TV, isn't it? Like, Game of Thrones is back soon.
Good.
Yeah. Then we've got, like, Thingy with Daredevil and that lot in it.
Oh yeah.
Defenders.
Punisher comes back as well
Yes, Punisher.
in its own series.
Ooh,
That's going to be awesome.
that's going to be awesome. Yeah, the Defenders. So you got Daredevil, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, and Iron Fist. The trailer to the Defenders looked better than the entire series of Iron Fist. It was better.
Yeah.
Mainly because Daredevil's a badass.
Yeah.
Jessica Jones is great. Luke Cage was fucking badass too. Iron Fist.
Yeah.
Go back to Game of Thrones. Oh, I'm sorry, you can't. You died. Gutted. Spoilers, by the way. Yeah. Punisher's coming back in his own series. That'll be good. I'll be interested to see whether they're gonna do the proper backstory. Show you it.
Yeah.
Props. And also, Manu Bennett is out on Twitter trying to get Netflix to pick up a Deathstroke TV series.
That could be interesting.
Yeah, because he comes back in the last episode of Arrow.
Right.
Good as he ever was.
Yeah.
And I think he played that character really, really well. So I'd be up for it. It's a good character. It's a really good character. So do it. Do it, Netflix. Yeah, listen. But do it. Do it.
Do it.
Do it. So yeah, that's it. If anybody wants to chat to us on the podcast, they can't, but you can chat to us on Twitter at StackPod. We do reply quite a lot. Sometimes it's Rob, sometimes it's me.
Rarely me.
3% of the time it's John.
3 is a high number.
I know. Yeah, John, no. If you... I was thinking we could do one of those, everybody loves them, an AMA.
Could we?
I don't know, could we? Should we?
No.
Alright, well, that wasn't really a question to you, that was a question to our listeners.
Oh, right, okay.
Would you like us to
Still
do...
no.
Would you like us to do an AMA? That's an Ask Me Anything for those people who don't know what an AMA is.
Oh! No.
No. Alright. Well, I think we should. If people want us to, then do. Maybe next month we could do one, and we'll get a hashtag going or something. We'll see. We've got potentially some interviews lined up, coming up soon. Good ones. But yeah, apart from that, that's about it, I reckon. Got anything to add, John? I see you're really into it right now.
Actually, it's to do with the podcast.
Oh, is it?
But...
I can't read that. It's too close to the screen, jackass.
Let's see.
Who's that?
Modern Day Geek.
Okay.
Yeah, so there you go. So there. Have a go at me.
Okay. Oh,
I'm not going to do anything about that message. I was just reading it. It was to do with the podcast.
It was to do with the podcast. Okay. Cool. Great. Don't really know how that helped, John, but thanks.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Let's call it there. We will talk to everybody next week. Next couple of weeks. When we're back.
Yeah, we need to sort that out because we're not about in 2 weeks' time to record the next one of this, so we'll have to do one.
I think we should do it on top of a mountain
Okay.
because there is potential that we could do it on top of a mountain, John.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah.
And I've got the recording device on my phone. And if I can hit up some Wi-Fi, I can get it uploaded, and we could potentially do a podcast from the top of a mountain.
Okay. Fair enough.
It might not be a long podcast, but I reckon we should try and do something at least.
Yeah. Okay.
Or we could do like a little travel vlog.
We could. Yeah.
We won't. We take some pictures.
Yeah.
We're going to the HR Geiger
Yeah, that'll be
pub, so we'll take pictures of that definitely.
cool. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Maybe we'll just do some chatting because we'll be in the car a lot.
Yeah.
There's no reason why we can't just record a podcast while we're in the car talking bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I can just upload it as and where.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we'll do that. That could be fun. Something different.
Yeah.
Maybe get the other guys involved for a change, just to mix it up.
I don't know if they'll want to do it, but we can ask them. They can
One of
only
them.
say no and go, right, fuck you.
All right. Tell the world. So yeah, okay, that could be quite good. We'll see. Anyway, well, we'll catch you later then, I guess. That's it for this week. Thanks. I'm really dragging this ending out. I'm trying to.
We've been your hosts.
I'm Jim Bennett.
I'm John Hughes.
And don't forget, there's always strange things afoot at the Circle K.